Hi, I'm Ashley Pribico, your morning news anchor on 1160 WCCS. And today we're with Sean Schwartz again, and I'm glad you're joining our garden party, checking out this video today because we're talking about evergreens with Sean Schwartz from Pikes Peak Nursery's Garden Center. And Sean, I'll let you take over at this point.
All right, decided to go into a little different direction than our last visit to cover some of the evergreens that are available, both for color and some that are a little bit new or different that a lot of people may not be aware of. I guess we'll start with this bright one here in the corner. Okay. It's called Gerard's Rainbow Leucothwe.
Say it again.
That's a mouthful. Gerard's Rainbow Leucothwe. Okay. It's a broadleaf evergreen, much like a mountain laurel or rhododendron is, but it has much more color to the foliage, as you can see, and it is a shade lover. And with this bright yellow foliage in a shady garden, it brightens up those dark spots. Grows fairly flat in nature in that it'll mature at 3 feet high, 6 feet across. Wonderful yellow flowers, white flowers are born in May. They hang in clusters.
Okay.
If you're familiar with Pieris japonica, which more gardeners are familiar with that here in the north, the flumes are very similar to that.
Now tell me something, does this lose its leaves? When I hear an evergreen, I think something that keeps their leaves all winter long. So this keeps
its leaves, right, where this is a needled evergreen.
Yes.
And this is a broadleaf evergreen. Okay. So both are evergreens. There's just a lot of gardeners who are new to the gardening world think of evergreens just as needled evergreens.
All right,
where there are broadleafs and needles, both. And this is a broadleaf evergreen, so it will retain its foliage all winter. It does get a little lighter yellow through the winter months, and you'll also get some hues of pink, and so that's where the rainbow name has come in. It gets the multitude of colors.
Do we see a different color in the fall?
Not much change in the fall, more through the winter, and then when a new growth comes out, the new growth will be real stunning colors, as what you see here, this real pronounced yellow. The older growth will be a little deeper color.
Right, lots of colors there in the one plant. So what's next?
Well, I think I want to cover this one because it's another one that's very little known. It's a Korean pine. We're used to the white pine in this area with a long needle, but this is a Korean pine and it's called Silver Ray. And obviously because of the bright blue color is where it gets its name. Mm-hmm. Great plant for our zone. A lot of people think that because it's from another area that it may not be fine, but Korea has very similar weather to us, so it performs extremely well in this climate. Does not get as big as our native white pines, but will get close to it at 40 feet. So it's not a plant for a small garden area, but will work great for a specimen evergreen tree in the bigger yards that we do have in the area.
How many years might it take to get to 40 feet?
40 feet, it's going to be a number of years. So you're not going to have it happen in 10 years, certainly. It's going to be 30 years down the road.
Okay, so long term. And I notice here too that there is a two-tone, sort of a darker green, maybe more of a
what we call bicolored needle.
Yes, and then we have more of the blue to it, which is really different and very nice.
And when this plant does get 8-10 feet tall and that really shows up, it's quite the specimen.
It's very pretty. Yes. Very pretty. Next.
One that is not so unusual, but still one worth mentioning, I feel, is the Montgomery blue spruce. Instead of growing in a Christmas tree or pyramidal form, this grows in a low mounding form. More like a bush. Can be used as a foundation plant because of that, and retains this beautiful silvery blue foliage all year round. Extremely durable, and as long as it has a sunny site, it's happy and good drainage.
So could you plant this, maybe along the home, or would you recommend something more, maybe out in a yard somewhere?
Actually, it could be used both ways.
Both places.
Being that it retains its small size, it can be used in the foundation planting, or if you're doing an island bed, it mixes well with other larger pieces.
Okay, great. And I see we have a holly today.
Yes, this is a newer variety of holly. For years, the northern gardens could not get a variegated holly that was winter hardy. Honey Maid has changed that for us. We've now been growing this for about 4 years and have had it seen 15 below zero temperatures unscathed. And the beautiful contrasting foliage is a nice addition, and as well as with the red berries that will, as the plant matures, you get the loaded red berries on that yellow and green foliage, and it really makes a nice accent plant.
Are the berries there all year long?
Just through the fall and winter. Generally by spring they'll fall off.
Okay, now moving over to this side, we have a tall, skinny guy right here.
Yes, gold cone juniper.
Okay.
Again, one that is fairly new. It's been around for years, but the industry has just started picking up growing it, basically because we have so many smaller garden needs. And this is a nice, narrow, upright grower. Another big plus is, so far, the deer seem to not like it, which is always a plus.
A big plus in our area. Yes. How tall?
8 to 10 usually, by no more than 2 feet wide. So nice, compact, narrow, upright grower. Good for tight spaces. And the new growth on this is stunning bright gold, and it subdues to this tamer gold color that we have now.
Okay.
And again, it does have a little bit of a blue cast to it within it, so it does have a bicolored look to it as well.
And even though some evergreens, this is more spiky,
Right.
this is very soft, actually.
For a juniper, it's extremely soft.
Very soft. And we have one left.
Yep. This little guy is a relatively unknown one as well. It's called dwarf bog rosemary, and the cultivar name is Blue Ice. And because of the bluish, silvery blue cast that it has to it, the species is more of a green-gray color, where this one has that more silvery blue color. Again, it gets adorned with white blossoms. Well, they'll start out pale pink and turns to white almost immediately, very early in the spring. Then the rest of the year you'll have the nice striking blue foliage. Low spreading plant, no more than 15 inches high and usually about 18 inches wide. So nice for on the front edge of beds or in small spots.
So if somebody watching this video today is interested in any of these plants, where should they come?
Pikes Peak Nurseries. There's growers of all these plants that we see here today.
Okay, and where are we located at Pikes Peak Nurseries?
We're on Route 422 in Cherry Hill Township.
Just about 10 miles out of Indiana, and there are many other evergreens at Pikes Peak Nurseries. These are just a few that are maybe your favorite you decided to showcase today.
Yes.
And we'll be back in a few more weeks with another video where we'll be talking about grasses,
Ornamental grasses and perennials.
ornamental grasses and perennials. Can't wait. Ashley Pribico from your hometown station, News Talk 1160 WCCS, with Sean Schwartz from Pikes Peak Nurseries Garden Center. Thanks for joining our garden party today.